first thank you for coming and choosing to help humanity at this time.
It is a reflection of my passion, and we always act on what excites us the most. How could we speak to you about doing such things if we were not an example of such things?
Yes, yes.
So we thank you for allowing us the opportunity to do so.
Thank you. My question is, I find it really challenging to discern which is which from...
Positive to negative?
Yes.
Well, as we said, the idea of positive is that which is integrative, expansive, connective,
Yes.
indicative of your excitement, your passion, your creativity, the idea of the vibration of love.
Yes.
And the idea of negative energy is that which seems disconnective, segregative, suppressive, fear-based, makes you feel powerless.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Not so hard to tell the difference, is it?
No.
All right.
But sometimes, like, I get so confused by what's my circumstance are in my face.
That's why we remind you that it's not the circumstances that matter as much as the state of being you prefer to be.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Every circumstance is fundamentally neutral. It doesn't have built-in meaning. That's what we mean by that. Yes?
Yes.
If you remind yourself to become neutral in every circumstance and remind yourself that no circumstance has built-in meaning, regardless of how it may have been initially generated, that may be what's confusing you. Just because you may be able to neutrally observe that a circumstance may have been brought about by a negative intention doesn't mean that the circumstance itself actually has the negative effect in your life. Yes. It's still neutral for you, even if it was the result of negative intentions on the part of someone else. You still get to say what it means to you. So no matter how it was generated, you still know it's a neutral circumstance for you. It's just a set of props, and you get to decide that it's positive. And when you decide that, then it doesn't matter how it was generated. It doesn't matter what anyone else's intention may be in the circumstance. You will only experience what is in alignment with the positive meaning you have put into it for you. That's how it works. Again, it's just like a physical mirror. The mirror doesn't have an opinion of whether you are frowning or smiling. But if you decide to frown, that's the only reflection you can get from it. If you decide to smile, that's the only reflection you can get from it. It will not countermand you. It cannot contradict you. It doesn't have an opinion. Make sense?
Makes total sense.
So, even though you may initially see that someone standing next to you is frowning, and you see their reflection in the mirror, and their reflection is frowning, that has absolutely nothing at all to do with the expression on the face of your reflection, does it?
No, it does not.
So, you can decide that you will smile. They may get a little annoyed that you're smiling while they're frowning. But that's all right, because that simply reveals their issue, not yours.
Yes.
They may resent, as is quite common on your planet, something that you're radiating that they believe they are incapable of experiencing for themselves. And because they see an example in you of something they are afraid they can't do, they will project that fear on you as a resentment. Do you understand?
Yes.
But the more you smile, the less they will be able to resist to smile themselves. They will see the joke, the cosmic joke, in the idea of their negativity, and eventually, maybe not right away, but eventually they'll get the joke. Not that they have to. You understand?
Yes.
But at least if you stay in the positive state, you're functioning as an example for them in their lives, that at least they have this as a choice, even if they don't choose it.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Otherwise, if you just stay in a state of negativity and confusion, then all you're doing is adding to their frown. Yes?
Yes.
Does this help?
That's help.
So, what this comes down to for you, in order not to experience confusion in the negative sense, of course, is clarity of definition, how you define things. Even the word you're using, confusion, can be positively defined as co-fusion. You're looking at what may appear to be contradictory ideas and attempting to fuse them together, co-fuse them. At first, because of definitions that you may be holding on to, it may seem impossible to fuse them together, to see how they are connected. But when you clear up your own definitions, they will co-fuse and there will be no confusion from that point.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does this help you?
Yes.
Is this sufficient, or is there some other thing you would like to discuss about this for further clarity?
I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, all right.
I love you.
Our love to you as well.
Good morning, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm so nervous.
Nervous?
I wasn't paying
Did you mean
attention.
excited?
Well, I am excited. My question was,
Yes.
I've been thinking about it all night.
Yes.
And I said, well, if there's an answer, this is the
There
right
is
place.
always an answer. Where the answer may come from may be up for grabs, but there's always an answer. The very fact that you can conceive of a question means there must be an answer, because the question is simply another side of the same coin. The answer's on the other side of the same coin. All you have to do when you see the question mark is know that it can be straightened out into an exclamation point.
True.
You would not have been able to conceive of a question if you didn't know that there was an answer.
True.
So the answer is within you somewhere. Let's see if we can coax it out, yes?
Okay, thank you.
So what's your question?
In 2012, there was a total eclipse over Mount Shasta, and it was my first connection with the universe. That there was a lady there that she
That
also...
was not your first connection with the universe, but go ahead anyway.
Okay, I thought it was. But anyways, the lady was doing channeling, and she came over and she said that she had a message for me from the universe.
And that was what?
And that if I knew that I was a mother of feminine energy from my planet, and I had these visions where I see a bunch of females surrounding me, and I was like their queen.
All right.
And so...
you understand that what you perceived are just different aspects of your own energy, yes?
I think so.
All right. So the idea is to take command of all the different aspects of your own being and bring them into balance, yes?
Yes.
All right.
And also that I came in this planet, this is my second time here. And
Well, again, that's in a sense kind of a misunderstanding, but go ahead.
okay. She said that I was supposed to be here. I came in to help the feminine energies
Well,
from
of
my
course
planet.
you're supposed to be here because you chose to be.
Yes, I did.
That's what that means. That's all it means.
Okay.
You chose to be here because you wanted to be part of the party of the transformation going on at this time. That's what supposed to be here means.
Okay.
You understand?
Thank you. Yes.
All right.
Anyways, she said that the universe was going to start sending me the females, feminine energies that are from my planets.
When you allow yourself to become balanced with all of these aspects of yourself, you will see reflections of that in your physical reality.
Okay.
Yes?
So far, where I'm going is I'm getting jobs like a housekeeping manager, and I'm thinking all these ladies are from my planet. Are they doing
Your
hard work?
planet is Earth. You were born on Earth.
Okay.
This is what we are talking about bringing outdated, old-fashioned definitions into your 21st century. You don't come from anywhere else but Earth as a person. You may be connected to many other places as a greater being. You may have many extensions from your oversoul that simultaneously incarnate and coexist on many different other planets. But you are the extension that was born on Earth. Yes?
Yes.
That's where you come from as a physical being. But as a greater being, you come from everywhere and nowhere in particular. You are all that is. You are everywhere and nowhere all at once. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Modernize the definitions and take them out of the old-fashioned ways of storytelling. It's time to start telling yourself the stories in a new way that brings clearer understanding of the mechanisms that underlie the experiences that you're having. I'm not denying you the ability to have the experience that you may come from another planet. I'm not denying you the ability to have the experience of reincarnation. But the idea is that's just a perspective that you've created in order to have a particular experience. And the definition of an experience is not the same thing as the definition of the mechanism that you are using to create the experience, which is an illusion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The experience you're having from the illusion you're creating is real. The experience is real that you're getting out of it. But the circumstances, as you're defining them, in a sense, is an illusion created to give you the experience, the reality of the experience, because that's the perspective from which you need to see it in order to understand it at this point. But we are encouraging you to begin to have a greater understanding of these things so that you can understand that everything exists all at once, and that when you say, "Do I come from another planet?" you will instantly realize that that is a kind of nonsensical question because everything exists at the same time. So if every single being, in what you call the past, in what you call the present, and in what you call the future, all exist right now, how can you, the person, ever actually have been or ever be another person that already exists and has their own life right now? The only way that you can have that experience is if everyone exists all at once, no matter what time frame you think they exist in. And from this life, from this version of you, you make connections, you create cross connections energetically, informationally, to download from their lives and their experiences what you believe you need to help you, guide you in this life, just as they are doing by connecting to your life and drawing from it whatever experiences they may need that might be relevant for their life experience. But all this is going on at the same time, like some gigantic version of an interdimensional internet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so allow yourself, encourage yourself to modernize the way you see these things, and it will bring greater understanding that will allow you to answer these questions on your own.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
So, look at a lot of this stuff metaphorically, symbolically, and understand the meaning for you that you've put into those symbols so that you can really extract the essence out of the symbols that your mind may need to make sense out of something, but go beyond that and have deeper understanding from the higher mind, non-physical point of view about what's actually happening to create the sensation of the experience that you're having. Does this make sense?
Yes.
All right.
So also like there's the Pleiadians and
Yes.
the Sirius.
Yes.
Those are different planets, right?
Well, you're talking about the idea of planets within different star systems, yes.
Yes. So what star system planet do I come from?
Didn't hear a word we said. Did not hear a word we said. What planet do you come from? Earth. You come from Earth. Yes, you may have energetic, higher spiritual oversoul connections to other incarnations in the Pleiades, in the Sirius systems, going on right now. You, as a person asking the question, come from Earth.
Okay.
Does that make sense now?
Got it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Does this help you?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Let us continue this transmission with the continuation of your questions and dialogue. Proceed how you wish.
Greetings, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
And so, I haven't come with a question, and it's going to come out of me at this point.
All right.
What I would like to know for myself, I want to be able to pass on the next wave of how I am with my world, my brothers and sisters.
Guys.
Okay. I spent years riding the depths with people emotionally. I taught them breath and movement, and I went into the anger, the rage, the deep of fear, terror, to have them come out the other side, because that was done with me and I passed it on.
All right.
And I'm grateful. And it's left me with
Yes.
injuries in my bones, injuries in my hips, my feet, my bones. I'm dissolving on the inside.
All right. How exciting.
No, I don't know if it's exciting or not. I need to heal from this and be able to pass this healing on, because life is slowly calling me back out. I'm a happy gardener now. I love the earth and I love plants, but I had thousands of people I sat and worked with, and I'm a very shy Pisces. So I would like to know what specifically would be for my healing, for my bones, my physicality, which I struggle with. And
All right. May I ask you a question?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Would you be all right if you didn't heal?
I'd be on my way.
Would that be okay?
It's my time, you betcha.
Then why worry about it?
Because I don't show up in my world and I don't show up socially. And I feel like I was given a lot, I gave a lot, I was
Yes.
given a lot, and I
Yes.
feel to still share that.
And yet you're here sharing.
Well, I'm here at
Is
the
this not a
moment.
social occasion?
It sure is.
So, then
Wrong.
you are doing what you just said you're not doing.
At the lunch table, yes.
Well,
With my husband, yes.
there are many lunch tables in the world.
Okay, I've sat at those. You're right. I
Do you
like it.
see where we're heading with this?
Yeah, one-on-one is really good.
And the idea that when you trust the timing of your life, you will attract what you need if any healing is needed. Otherwise, what it is you are going through may not only be a lesson for you to learn something from that you hadn't considered before, it may also be a lesson to others that you're not considering yet. I'm not saying you cannot heal, but you may not need to yet in the way that you think of healing typically.
In the way I think of healing.
There may be something that you're getting out of this or you're going to get out of this that will help you get a deeper appreciation of the experience you're going through. And when the timing comes and you're having that one-on-one conversation with someone going through something similar, because you've gone through it, you will know exactly what to say and exactly when and how. And it will touch them in ways that will allow them to choose healing, even while you yourself know that you are taking on certain things to give you an experience that passes on the knowledge they need to hear. Because you've had the experience, they may honor it more deeply than if you didn't.
Oh,
You understand?
I do.
Now, that being said, certainly you can know that you are open to attracting what you need. But here's the thing. No matter what suggestions you are given by us, by others, the idea is that if you find that you have done whatever you can to the best of your ability, and there's nothing else you can do, if nothing is coming up synchronistically for you in that particular arena in your life, then it is synonymous as a symbol, synonymous that what you are not able to do at that moment, you don't need to do at that moment. And it serves you to go along the path that you are going along, because it may serve others in the way you actually wish to serve them more deeply as you go along that path. That also being said, you can avail yourself of at least a few certain things to see if you are doing your best, to see if there may be some effect in you by attempting certain permission slip ideas and experiences that may be of aid and assistance to you. We will, of course, first and foremost always ask the question that we ask with regard to health. Do you or have you allowed yourself to detoxify your body in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, I have. And
How so, when, and for how long?
28 days supervised water fast and various colon cleanses, and love green drinks, and get in the garden and get close to the
All
earth.
right. Do you understand that a water fast is not a detoxification?
Well, the tumor shrunk in my throat and my health went skyrocketing.
I understand.
But that wasn't a healing?
It may be flushing your system to a certain degree, but what we are saying is there are certain natural herbal formulations that exist upon your planet that are specifically designed to actually purge the toxins from your system.
Yes.
You understand
yes,
that?
I do. That's my life interest.
All right.
It is.
Have you availed yourself of that?
Yes.
All right. When and for how long?
Blessed Herbs, a high integrity company that has herbal program that starts with colon and does kidney and
All
then
right.
liver. They're a great company. I'm not
And
doing
when
it
you
for
have done these things, you have noticed some balancing within yourself?
Yes. In face of what the orthopedic surgeon said, I said my body's my laboratory and I'm the researcher.
All right.
And that's where I'm at.
And in the face of doing that,
Yes.
you find that you are still experiencing what you described to us?
Oh, I'm getting better and better, but my bones show up in an MRI not better and better, but I'm doing better and better.
So the feeling and the experience that you have is not necessarily related to what other people are telling you the state you are in.
Right.
So
Right.
then why worry about it?
Well, it distressed me.
Why?
And I grieved and I cried and then
Why?
I went,
Why?
Why?
If you're feeling fine, why did you buy into what they were telling you?
You know, I don't go that path often, but I thought maybe I should look at that perspective.
And in going in that direction and in experiencing what you have experienced, as we said, you may have taken yourself through a particular experience that will actually aid and assist you in
Yes.
having more ability to relate to others who might also be going through a similar experience and going through it in a way that you will actually be able to be of help to them.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Is this helping you?
Yes, it is. It's helping me personally. So I'm always
Yes.
interested in any moment, you know, where I can give or extend. And here's a person, I need to say this. I want to ask you what I can do. My mother's 91.
Yes.
She had 2 congestive heart failures in the last 3 months.
How exciting.
Well, I want to help bring her peace. She's on the East Coast and I will be going soon. I want to know
All right.
how I can give to her.
The first step that every healer who truly wishes to be a healer needs to know is that it has to be all right that you can do nothing for another person. Are you okay with that? Hesitation usually means no.
I feel I'm responsible to bring her peace because
You are responsible to her to be yourself. You are not capable of being responsible for her choices.
That's true.
I know, that's why I said it.
That's so true.
So the idea is, be the healer that you prefer to be there for her, give off the opportunity and the energy that gives her
I
a
can do
chance
that.
to choose to heal herself by matching the frequency that you're suggesting to her, but also be in allowance to allow her to choose whatever she chooses.
That's right.
Because if you're not willing to allow another to choose, even if they choose negatively, why should anyone allow you to choose what you prefer?
You're absolutely right.
I know, that's why I said it.
You're right.
Is this helping you?
This is helping. This
So,
is helping.
the first step of a true healer is to let it be okay not to heal someone, because that may be what they needed to get out of it. Some people might go to a healer because they have a belief system that says, no one can heal me. And then they go to the healer and they're not healed, and they go, see, told you so. So the healer has actually helped reinforce the belief they wanted reinforced. Therefore, it has worked for them in exactly the way they actually wanted it to work. Therefore, the healer has done the job of simply being the foil for the person who wanted to prove to themselves that the belief they hold to be true is absolutely a fact. And that's how allowing you really need to be in order to actually be an effective healer for those that wish to match the vibration that you give off and heal themselves, because everyone heals themselves. The healer cannot do it for them.
That's right. That's right. I totally agree. And this is the person who opened the door for me to be here. And I could take all my life and use that,
Yes.
transform it, and give it to others in a good way for them to do what they will.
Yes.
This is the doorway that I need to honor. I call her mother. And what you say helps. What you say helps me
All right.
step back.
All right. Allow yourself to let it be all right to be where you are and what you're experiencing. That being said, decide for yourself what is actually true. Because even though others may tell you this and may tell you that, if your experience of yourself is that you are where you need to be, then you are where you need to be. Period. Yes?
Yes,
All right. Does this help?
this helps.
Thank you.
This helps. Can you stand? I need to stand here for just a few seconds to see what else.
1001, 1002.
I have a basic issue about is it okay to take up space and time? And you spoke to that earlier, and I struggle all the time.
You struggle with being?
Yes, I struggle with taking up space and time.
Well,
unless
how
I'm-
can you do otherwise if you have a physical incarnation?
When I'm by myself, I don't struggle with that.
Well, then,
It's only in the presence of others I
but you
struggle.
are always by yourself. And you are always with others.
What do you mean?
Anyone that you perceive as another person is actually your projection of them, because you have to create your version of them in your reality in order to experience that you're interacting with another being at all. So in a sense, even though you are interacting with other beings, at the same time, you are the only one in your universe creating representations of the other beings out of your own consciousness in order to play the game of interacting with them in physical reality. So you're both interacting and at the same time, you're by yourself. So choose which allows you to feel more balanced, more in alignment, more comfortable.
What do I do with an oversensitive nervous system that can feel eyes on me or feel anything? I feel everything. I go, but and a lot of it's good, but you know what? I feel everything, even a pair
That
of
doesn't mean
eyes.
you have to take on the effects of what you are sensing. And again, if you are, in your words, struggling with this idea that you take up too much space, is it any wonder that you're withering away?
Yeah, I was okay with withering until I wasn't, my husband says, but I don't want you to leave. And I go, I don't know if I'll be here in 6 months.
If it is, again, your time, it is your time, but that's not the point. The point is that you have just admitted that the reason that you are whittling yourself away is because you have this issue that you feel you are taking up space you don't deserve to take up.
You're right.
So you are diminishing yourself and diminishing yourself and diminishing
You're right.
yourself to stop taking up the space you believe you don't deserve to take. But if you didn't deserve to take it, you wouldn't be where you are. And if you whittle yourself away, how will someone avail themselves of the gifts that you have to give? Would that not be depriving them of yourself and depriving them of your gift if they are seeking you out? Is that not a selfish act?
What you say is true.
I know, that's why I said it.
What you say is true.
You see, many people on your planet think that the kind of self-depreciating humility is actually the way to express humbleness and gratitude, but in fact, it's the most arrogant thing you can do. The most selfish act you can perform is to take yourself away when you don't need to before your time.
But that's a different view. Wow, thank you.
Absolutely. If you have a gift to give, there is someone who needs to receive it, or you wouldn't have that gift. There are no one-sided coins. If you have the head, someone has the tail, and you need to spend that together.
Thank you for that.
So, if you're here, you're taking up whatever space you're taking, and it is just exactly the perfect amount of space that you're taking up, because you can't be anything more than you. So, in all reality, you are not actually even filling the space that is designed for you to fill.
It's true. I got holes in my bones.
So the idea is you cannot, it's not possible really for you to take up more space than is warranted for you to take up. If you're just being your true self, you will take up exactly perfectly the time and space you need to take up to be of aid and assistance to yourself and others, not one iota less and not one iota more. Just be yourself and allow the natural things that happen, the naturalness of the universe to allow you to experience the perfect placement of your being within it. Everyone is a perfect puzzle piece. Everyone is a perfect shape as the puzzle piece they are. When all the puzzle pieces allow themselves to be the shape they were created to be, then they all fit perfectly and form the big picture. If you're changing your shape and whittling yourself down to a shape that no longer fits in the puzzle piece, you deprive all the other pieces of being able to see the entire picture. You
Thank you.
understand?
Thank you for that view. Thank you.
Does that help you?
Yeah, it does help a lot.
Well, we thank you.
I thank you.
Go and, as you say, heal thyself.
Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome.
Ask this question, so I
Yes.
want to say thank you in advance. I recently spent a year and a half in West Africa,
Oh, all right.
where I often came in encounters where people were saying to be careful of voodoo.
Voodoo.
And so I'm wondering if you could speak to what that is, how it works.
Well, again, like anything, it's based on belief systems, and if you choose to buy into and align with those belief systems, then you can create effects in your own life, out of your own energy, that will match the beliefs of that particular practice or permission slip.
So if, say, the practitioner uses it on someone
Yes.
and they are being affected because they are doing
Because
whatever...
they are affecting themselves, because they believe they are being affected by someone else.
But if they didn't know that they were being...
On some level, the belief system will know. Remember that many of your belief systems are what you call unconscious. So the idea of all of a sudden experiencing an effect that seems to be being generated by someone else, but you know cannot be, is what gives you the opportunity to put you in touch with the fact that this person has just revealed to you, has allowed you to discover within yourself a belief you didn't know you had, so you can work with it and decide whether you want to keep holding on to it or not. So thank you, voodoo priest, for showing me that one of my unconscious beliefs was actually in alignment with the idea that I can be negatively affected by your belief system, which I know it can't be, but you've now pointed it out to me that I had the belief, so now that if I don't align with it, I can let it go. Thank you. You've worked a great deal of magic in my life. Not necessarily in the way you thought.
So to protect yourself then...
To
from-
what?
Protect?
What?
Well,
Watch your definitions.
okay.
If you believe you need protection, doesn't that invite an attack?
Yes,
Then you don't need protection because you're just fine as you are, aren't you?
absolutely.
No matter what you experience, you're just fine as you are. Even if you experience the most negative thing you can possibly imagine, that's just fine because it's your experience. It's there for a reason. And if you learn to view it in a positive way, you will get something positive out of it and you will break free from the need to experience it that way the next time. Yes?
Yeah.
Use negativity in a positive way so you don't have to experience it that way again. It doesn't mean you will never observe negativity again, because again, as you expand your consciousness, you will become more aware of the existence of negativity. But you won't be as affected by it because you won't buy into the idea that you have to be affected by it, because you know that only an agreement by you can create the experience of an affectation.
So essentially bringing it into your consciousness is a tool to say, now I understand, and so
Yes.
I am choosing not to...
As soon as you
engage in this.
identify consciously a belief that is out of alignment with who you truly prefer to be, it will automatically appear nonsensical and illogical, and because it does so, you will just drop it. Because it doesn't belong to you. It came from someone else. Your parents, your friends, your society, your school, whoever. It doesn't belong to you. But you bought into it as if it did. As soon as you examine it consciously, you'll say, well, that makes no sense. This is someone else's luggage. Why am I toting it around? Drop the baggage and you'll feel much lighter. The things that belong to you don't weigh you down. If you feel weighed down, that's a sure sign you're toting around beliefs and baggage that isn't yours. Drop it. Don't be a belief thief and steal other people's beliefs.
So then could you talk about why voodoo is so prevalent in West Africa or within the
There
African
are
diaspora?
many cultural reasons why that particular area on your planet and in other areas on your planet are exploring and experimenting with that particular permission slip expression of positive and or negative. Remember, there's also a positive side to this. It's not all negative, you know.
So what's the positive?
Well, the actual original understanding of voodoo is much more like now what many people on your planet are experiencing when they go in the direction of what might be called Wicca. Do you understand? Whereas in the old fear-based sense, you would simply be called a witch and burned at the stake. But now you understand that Wicca and Voodoo are just different ways of relating to the idea of the natural vibrations in creation. And again, of course, you can do positive or negative things with this based on what it is you prefer and what it is you've been taught to understand. But it's similar simply to the idea that we already began exploring in this transmission with the idea of the polarity of the angels and the demons. You're just dealing with different polarities of one gigantic intelligence. And it's up to you to decide what kind of reflections you wish to experience when dealing with that level of intelligence and expressing it through yourself, positive or negative.
Could you explain a little bit more about what Wicca is?
Wicca, again, is a relationship to the natural order of things that includes you in that order and doesn't create a separation in many of the ways that the religious structures on your planet do.
Okay, and
Does
then
that make sense?
it does.
All right.
And in voodoo ceremonies or in candomblé, santeria,
Yeah.
you'll often see. Well, I'm not really sure what's happening, but there's a circle.
But you're going to talk about it anyway.
I'm going to talk about it anyway. I assume that you
Even
might
though
know.
you have no
I
idea what's going on.
I assumed you know a little more about this. Anyways, there's a circle, and
Yes.
folks are dancing.
You understand, as we said earlier, these are all simply permission slips, yes?
Okay. So
People gravitate to what they believe works for them according to the belief system they have at that moment to accomplish whatever it is they believe they need to accomplish. Period. When they change the idea of who they are, they will gravitate to different belief systems and different permission slips. Period.
okay.
Make sense?
Yes, but there's drums in there, so I wanted you to talk about drumming as a I guess a tool or a conduit.
It's an entrainment tool. It puts you in a certain hypnotic state to allow the belief systems to open up and be more susceptible to buying into certain things that are presented to you. But again, it's because you're allowing yourself to go along with that happens. That's what hypnosis does. It's a permission slip that allows you to believe that you're going to be able to change a belief more easily than you otherwise could. You see how you trick yourselves all the time?
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
It is quite fascinating.
Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Thank you for your presence and your wisdom.
And yours as well, that we are allowed to reflect back to you all.
Thank you. So I have questions on belief systems.
Yes.
This conversation has been wonderful.
Oh, all
so,
right.
My question is how to optimize letting go of belief systems.
I just told you.
I realize that. And
yet you asked the question anyway.
Yes, because what I experience
Yes.
is that I will think that I have let go of a belief
Yes.
system.
And
then
you may have let go of a negative belief, but if it's only a tertiary or secondary belief and not the actual foundational one, the behavior will remain. The experience will remain. But when you find the fundamental underlying core negative belief, all the secondary and tertiary ones that may be attached to it will dissolve as well once you let the fundamental one go.
And
So, if you find that nothing has changed within you and your behavior is still the same, that means you have to dig deeper. You have to look deeper and not be afraid to find out what that real, true, core, fundamental negative belief might actually be. You have to be willing to identify it. You have to be willing to know what it is consciously. Many people avoid that because they have another belief that says if you go down there looking and you're going to look for that negative fear belief, maybe when you get there, you'll find out that it's not just a belief, it's actually true about you, that you're really a worthless person. So don't go looking there. Stay here where it's safe with us. And it may nag at you from time to time, but your negative beliefs will always be there to pull you back to the safety zone so that they can perpetuate that negative belief as long as they possibly can. But when you know it's all just a belief, you will never be afraid to dive as deep as you can and find out what that fundamental belief is that isn't working for you and finally let it go because you have the skeleton key that says that no matter how real it seems, no matter how true it might seem because of the belief I'm holding on to, I know for a fact it will never actually be empirically true. For example, that I am really unworthy, because I know that if I was really unworthy, I wouldn't exist, because creation doesn't make mistakes. And if I am here, creation must need me to be here, because without me, it wouldn't be all that is. And therefore, if creation deems that I must exist in order for it to exist as all that is, I must also be worthy of that existence, or I wouldn't exist. So if I know that, going into my deep dive, I will never fear what I find, because what I find will only be a belief. No matter how terrifying it may seem, it will never actually be true on the negative side. It will just be a belief. And once I know that, you will never be afraid to find out what that foundational belief is. You will go as deep as you need to find it, identify it, let it go. Is this making some sense?
Yes.
Is this answering your question?
It
Or
is.
is there some other direction you wanted to take?
I would like to go further.
All right.
So I would like to know how to do that deep dive, if you will, with more efficiency and effectiveness, because it doesn't
Well,
occur
I just
to...
really gave you the key, which is you have to have the willingness to do so. And the willingness to do so comes with the knowledge that it will never be empirically true, no matter how horrifying it may seem. You have to know that to be true. Do you prefer to know that that's true?
It occurs to me that I don't have fear of the beliefs. It's that they arise occasionally, and I didn't even know that they were there, but apparently they are there.
Of course, that's how it works.
Exactly. So how do I be more efficient and effective
By
at finding
acting on
them?
your highest excitement every moment that you can, with absolutely zero assumption as to what the outcome will be. Because when you act on the three-part formula of excitement that we just gave you, act on it, the most exciting thing compared to anything else at this moment, no matter what it is, to the best of your ability, till you can act on it no further, with zero insistence on the outcome or how you think you should go somewhere or get there or what should happen, zero insistence or assumption, you're using the formula appropriately. And when you use the three-part formula, you open up excitement as a complete kit. The complete kit of excitement contains that which supports you in all the ways you need to be supported to continue to grow in your excitement. It becomes the driving engine that promotes the growth and motivates you forward. It becomes the organizing principle that allows you to experience through synchronicity all the things you need to act on in proper place and time and proper order. It becomes the path that connects to all other expressions of excitement. No matter what form they may come in, it becomes the path of least resistance in your life. And it allows you to experience excitement as a reflective mirror that reflects to you anything within you you may be unaware of that is out of alignment with your excitement, so that you can identify it, let it go, and add that energy to your excitement and continue to expand. But you see, acting on your excitement is one of the things that actually most efficiently points out to you what is out of alignment with that excitement. Make sense?
Yes.
So the most efficient way is by acting on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with zero insistence on the outcome, so that you can open up excitement as the complete kit, which becomes the support that you need. It becomes the driving engine of your life. It becomes the organizing principle of your life. It becomes the path of least resistance in your life. It becomes the path that connects to all other excitement and expressions in your life. And it becomes the mirror that reflects what is out of alignment, so you can bring it back into alignment with the rest of your excitement and expand from there. That's the tool. That's it. It's that simple. You have to keep using it. And in any situation where you find yourself feeling something that seems out of alignment with who you prefer to be, stop, neutralize the circumstance, and say, what would I have to believe is true about myself in relation to this situation that I would feel the way I do? Because all feelings are secondary to something you believe to be true first. You can't have an emotional response if you don't have a definition first. You understand?
Yes.
So if you have an emotional feeling, that means you have to have a definition that generates that feeling. Feelings cannot exist in a vacuum without a definition first. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, very much. So
Is this helping?
anywhere where we have an emotional response out of alignment to self, that's the place.
You
where
will
the
have an
belief is.
uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah, thank you.
And that tells you you have a definition that's out of alignment with your truth somewhere. And all you have to do is be willing to hear the answer when you ask the question, what would I have to believe is true about myself in relation to this circumstance in order to feel the way I do? What's the definition causing this feeling? And if you are willing to hear the answer, then something in your life will tell you the answer. It'll be through synchronicity. It'll just be an inspiration in your head. It might come in a dream. There are many, many ways the answer might come. As long as you're willing to hear it, you'll hear it.
Excellent, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
May I ask one more question?
That was a question.
So,
You want to
here's
ask
the
another
second
one?
question. Yes, please. What is an effective and method for the lucid dreaming state? I've never
There are
practiced
many,
it.
many different kinds of effective methods depending upon the belief system of the person. Now, we have recently delivered a very powerful permission slip tool that you can use, see if it works for you. It may not. It's up to you to decide. But in a relatively recent transmission called The Awakening, we gave a very specific lucid dream tool. So take advantage of the information we've already delivered.
Thank you.